Hey guys, it's Mark, obviously, seeing as this is my Facebook. So I've been watching a bunch of videos about people coming out and everything, and I know that a couple days ago I made um, a status that said my story of coming out, and I've always kind of wanted to like get my story out there because I mean it's kind of funny, but. So I just wanted to explain how I came out and everything, just because I feel like being completely random right now, even though I kind of look like crap right now. So don't judge me on my appearance right now, because my hair is just a mess because I didn't do it today. Didn't really feel like it. So here's the story how I came out. I was actually dating someone at the time, and I'd been dating them for 6 months. Jackie Williams. You can probably add her on Facebook or whatever if you really want to. but I started dating her in. Whoops. I'm sorry, I accidentally bumped into the camera. I started dating Jackie in February on Valentine's Day of 2009. And I don't really want to go down through the details of why our relationship was weird or why it ended weird or whatever. But so we were dating, and around April, actually Easter, I came out to her that I was bi, and I was really freaking out about it because I was really like worried and everything. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal because I still liked girls. Um, and it was just kind of like, if you're gay, you understand like the whole like no thing that comes with being gay, like when you first start trying to branch out from the whole straight scene or pretending to be straight scene. But I'll get back to that. But so that was when I came out bi. It really wasn't that big of a deal, but I remember crying so much and laying on my bed, and Jackie was there with me, and she just kind of made everything better and made it all that much easier. Um, and then in August, it was August 14th, what happened was I was actually in the car with Jackie and her parents, and she was having this really weird conversation with her. Well, it was me sitting in the car with Jackie next to me, and her father and her sister in the front seat. And we were driving along, and we were just, I don't know how it happened, but we ended up getting on the topic of, I don't really think it was gay marriage, but it was just being gay and whatever. And there was a big thing that her father was saying about um, his belief that being gay was. I think he had said that it was something about saying that it was a disease or something really ridiculous. And don't judge Jackie's parents on this or whatever, but that's what I think it was, or something along the lines of that, or something that made it sound like that. I just remember getting really ridiculously upset about it, and I was sitting in the back seat, and I remember leaning over to Jackie and saying, "Jackie, I swear to God, if he doesn't shut up about this, I'm gonna get really upset." And which is really weird for me because I never got that truly upset. Like if you really know me, because I know a bunch of you guys have probably never really talked to me, or if you have talked to me, you just talked to me online once or twice or whatever, or maybe you don't even talk to me at all or don't know me at all and you're just friends with me, because I tend to add a lot of people. But I rarely get mad at anybody, but when I do, it's really, I get really mad. But so I leaned over to her and I was just like, "Jackie, can you please get him off this subject before I get really upset?" So she did, and it was kind of cool. But they ended up driving me to dinner at I think it was Moe's. No, it wasn't Moe's. It was um can't think of what it is. Joe's Seafood or something, or I don't know what it was. Max's, that's what it's called. So we went to Max's, and they dropped me off there just because I was going to meet my parents there, and my parents were already there. So we were eating or whatever, and I was still kind of in a bad mood when I left the car. Um, and my parents were asking me why I was in such a bad mood throughout like the beginning of dinner or whatever. And this actually does pertain to the story. Um, I ordered a lobster roll. Now, I have an obsession with lobster rolls. Whenever I'm at like a seafood place, if they have a lobster roll on the menu, I am going to get it. I have an obsession with lobster. It is so delicious. But so I was sitting there and I was really kind of upset or whatever, and my parents asked me, "Mark, what's wrong?" Blah 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 blah, and they just kept pestering me, and I was just like, I don't want to talk about it. It's not really that big of a deal. Eventually, they ended up getting it out of me, and I was just like, well, I got into this kind of argument or whatever with Jackie's father, whatever I said. I don't remember exactly what I said, but um, my parents were like, "Oh, we're gonna talk about this, blah 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 blah. We really need to, we really need to speak about this because it's bothering you, and blah 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 blah." And I just got really really upset. So I stood up. I had my lobster roll in my hand, and I stood up at the table in the middle of the restaurant, and I said, "You know what? I am gay. So this stuff really bothers me." And I just screamed it. I'm like, "I'm gay." And I took my lobster roll and I threw it down on my plate. It like exploded on the plate. I just threw it down, and my parents just kind of looked at me. They were just like, it was just because like I never make a scene like that, and I stormed out of the restaurant, and I remember going outside and just bursting into tears and sitting on the sidewalk like clutching my head in my hands. And then I walked over to the car, and which happened to be unlocked actually, or if it wasn't unlocked, I think my dad may have like leaned out the window or something of the restaurant and um, unlocked the car with the remote like thingy on his keys or whatever. And I walked into the car, and I had actually gone to the store earlier and at Stop and Shop, and I bought a Harper's Bazaar magazine, and it was sitting in my parents' car because I dropped it off there earlier. So I just started flipping through the pages of Harper's Bazaar just to kind of cool myself down. And my parents then came back in the car after mm, a little while. They kind of gave me some space, and it was probably about like 10 minutes or so. And I came out, and they looked at me and they were like, we knew, and I just want to let you know that it's okay and we're cool. And I'm just so blessed to have the parents that I do. And like I know a lot of people aren't as lucky as I was. I know I kind of made a scene at the time, and I probably shouldn't have, because in my heart, like I knew my parents weren't going to like get upset. But if you're gay, or if you're bi or lesbian or transgendered or any one of the LGBTQIA community, you know how kind of scary it is to let everyone know that you're gay, because there's like such belief that you're going to get kicked out of your house, and people are just going to leave you, and they're never going to want to speak to you again, or whatever. And unfortunately, the honest truth is that there are some people who are going to do that. And thankfully, I have such good friends who, most of them actually said, "Oh yeah, we knew you were gay, blah 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 blah. What made you think that, whatever?" And they were like, "Oh, well, weren't you gay already?" Or but there were a few who like they knew, but they weren't gonna say it like that because they knew that that was just kind of like a smack in the face. But they were just like, "Well, it's okay, and we love you anyway." And they were just really supportive. And my parents were, I mean, they're still kind of getting used to it. I mean, it's been over a year now. Like I'm going on 2 years. Gosh, it's gonna be crazy that I've been out as a gay man. But my parents are still kind of getting used to it. I mean, it's a kind of a hard change for them too. And what the whole gay community needs to realize, especially people who are trying to come out or watching this video and they're just like, oh, I need to come out, but I'm really scared or whatever. It's much easier once you do. Um, you have so many fears that people are gonna reject you, and the honest truth is, a lot of people are actually very nice about it. And I found that once I came out, I became a more confident person, and I'm so happy I'm gay. I'm gay. I'm very, very gay. And I'm really happy that I am. And I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. Like, I enjoy it. I have a crush on a guy right now, and it's kind of a big crush on him. Actually, I'm probably like blushing or whatever now because I'm thinking about it. But I mean, I guess what I'm just trying to say is that don't be don't be afraid to come out. It's it's a scary thing, and it takes time, and you really need to be ready for it. But once you do come out, there's no there's nothing that's going to hold you back anymore. You don't have to live in fear anymore of people wondering about, like, thinking how people are going to react to you just coming up to them and saying I'm gay. I mean, like, you do kind of have to keep it in the back of your head every once in a while if you're very flamboyant, but most people are really okay with it. And I just I'm just so blessed I have the people that I have, and I know that I'm really not the biggest, like, Christian ever, but, like, I really feel like there's like there was someone watching over me that day, and that I came out, and I'm just like so happy that things ended up going the way that they did. I mean, it's a funny story to tell people when they're just like, "Oh, Mark, how did you come out?" And I'm just like, "Oh, I threw a lobster roll on my plate and stormed out of a restaurant." And then went flipped through the pages of Harper's Bazaar afterwards. And then people usually laugh at me or whatever, but being gay is, I mean, it's difficult. It's still difficult. Like, it's always going to be difficult. I mean, it's something that's a lot different from most people in the world, but you know, you learn to live with it and love yourself more for being the way that you are. And I've made this a really, really long video. Um, but I mean, I love being gay. I do. I really love being gay. And I just want to send a message out to all of you people who have come out, that I'm really, really proud of you for coming out and having the guts or the balls to say, look, I am who I am, and you're going to accept it. And just putting yourself out there. And to anybody who's trying to come out right now, it's a scary thing. It's really, really scary. And you're gonna freak out about it, and you're gonna be really nervous when you do come out, if you do. But it's a really amazing experience. It really is. It's made me a stronger person, and it's gonna make you a stronger person if you do come out. And just don't be afraid to be yourself, because that's the only way you're going to get anywhere in life. And I love you all, and I guess that's my story, and I guess that's the end of this video. So, bye guys, I love you all.